they might not meet anybody. They might see old women, old people, but I'm sure they know that Natasha will definitely not be there. Yes.
I don't think that they knew that Natasha will not be there. She may be even the target of the people because according to sources, the armed men who thought the senator was around vandalized the windows in her grandfather's house. So definitely maybe they missed the target.
That means
just like we have been saying that the last has not been heard about what is really happening right now. And it sounds cowardly. I mean, going to a woman's family house to go and...
that is what I'm saying.
I mean, it sounds cowardly. And I don't know. That means it should have been settled amicably because any step, I mean, any ungodly step against this woman, people will see it in another way. So it should be settled amicably. I mean, the leaders of thought should come together and find an amicable settlement to this, or else the last has not been heard about this thing. And
it might not even be that this came from the opposite side, because
the attack can come from anywhere.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, it's part of the battle. It's part of the game. You see, when trouble starts, you don't know when it will end. And you wouldn't know what it will involve. I mean, so it's part of the game.
You're still talking security. Again, suspected herdsmen attack 3 Benue communities. This is getting too ridiculous and preposterous. No fewer than 3 communities in Benue State were subjected to fresh attacks on Wednesday by suspected Fulani herdsmen. This came as Christian Association of Nigeria (CAN) in 19 northern states and the Federal Capital Territory (FCT) urged federal and state governments to urgently establish trauma healing initiatives for victims of insurgency in Plateau and Benue states. The communities include Emichi Odudaje and Okpamaju, all in Otokpo local government area, where 5 persons were killed in February. Again, Benue communities, herdsmen attacked them after some attacks a few weeks ago in Plateau, that is Bokos, and one other area after the Bokos attack, that is Plateau State, and other states like the Benue State attack. Another attack is now have been carried out in some Benue communities, and I don't think what the chairman said, that the chairman of CAN, that they should establish trauma healing initiatives for victims of insurgency. I don't think that is what is supposed to, come out now. What I believe is that they should be proactive and try and see where and how these attacks are, being planned, where they are coming from. There are security agencies there. There is the police, there is DSS, there are all other security agencies. They should know. That is what they should be looking at, not creating after the attacks. So they should create one like a camps. What is these camps they do for flood people, where when floods occurred, they put everybody in one camp like that. It is not supposed to be like this. If you know how this thing should be stopped, that is what I'm saying.
Well, as a matter of fact, one of the roles of government is to protect the people and maintain peace and stability. Imagine these people, where will they run to? Imagine, I mean, even as we are in our homes and there is a siege of attack from everywhere, and there is no place to just go immediately, because one's home is one's home, and where will these people go to except to take solace in what government can do for them? What is government doing? That is what government should continue to work on, and take, just like you said, that they should take a proactive step and ensure that peace and stability are maintained, even in that place. If you going by what the vice president said, vice chairman said, he said the Christian Association of Nigeria has attributed incessant attacks in Plateau State and other parts of the country to the lack of a justice system to punish perpetrators of such heinous crimes, saying as long as the perpetrators are not dealt with, the terrorists will continue to hold the country to ransom. Yes, the terrorists are holding the country to ransom, because when last did we hear of any of those perpetrators being dealt with? That's the most important thing. Government, they should have that will to do it and to punish whoever that is caught, the perpetrators of these heinous crimes, because that's the only way. If punishments are not meted out, then others will also be interested in doing it, and they will be having forces, people joining these forces. So it builds on government to rise up to its responsibility. Both local, starting from the Benue State government as well as the federal government. They should work together, because, as we are saying, it's like the issue is now in Benue State, but gradually, who knows where the next place will be. Gradually is coming.
Benue State and Plateau State.
And it's not only those two states. There are also other states in the northern parts of the country that are also experiencing it, and it's gradually even coming to this part of the country also. So we must find everything, do everything to nip the violence in the bud.
Well, meanwhile, there's some little bits of good news here, that 3 suspected herdsmen have been arrested following the attacks that led to the killing of 13 persons at Otobi community in Otukpo Council, and Governor Alia, who disclosed this at Government House in Makurdi, the state capital, expressed worry over the situation and called on security agencies to track down the perpetrators.
So after the arrest, what comes next?
Yes,
that is the most important thing.
Yes, we will not know.
Is it the arrest that is important, or what comes next after the arrest of these people?
Nobody will know anything again. We just see that we will not hear anything, nothing comes out, and we'll see that attacks will continue to come. Yes, we have some other headlines. This one says, this one looks funny somehow. A teenager who stood before Peter Obi's convoy freed after robbery charge frame up. It looks like the one that happened sometimes in I think, was it a state in the southwest. Let me go through this first. A 17-year-old teenager, Quadri Alabi, who became a symbol of youthful courage during the 2023 elections after standing in front of the convoy of Labour Party LP presidential candidate Peter Obi, has regained his freedom after being wrongfully detained for months on a trumped-up charge of armed robbery. Quadri was discharged yesterday by a magistrate's court in Apapa, Lagos, after the Director of Public Prosecutions DPP of the Lagos State Ministry of Justice found no evidence to support the allegations against him. The teenager had been remanded at the medium security prison in Kilikili since January 26, 2025, following what his legal team described as a diabolical frame-up by the police at Amokoko Divisional Headquarters. And according to his lead counsel, human rights lawyer Inehehe Effiong, Kogi was abducted by two unknown area boys in his community, identified as Lege and Babawalis, who had previously harassed him over donations he received during the 2023 election season. That means some people, those two people, had been eyeing him since then, since 2023. When they believe they collected maybe some largesse, and they now framed him up, and he had been in prison since January 2025, but fortunately he has been released now. Well, he should thank his God.
Well, for latest on CBEX scam, reps call for urgent crackdown on perpetrators of fraud. The House of Representatives on Thursday expressed deep concern over alarming reports on the collapse of fraudulent cryptocurrency investment scheme known as CBEX, which has reportedly trapped funds belonging to thousands of Nigerians, with financial exposure estimated to exceed 1.3 trillion naira. And worried over the development, the House called for urgent crackdown of the perpetrators of the economic crime by all security agents. And Chairman House Committee on Media and Public Affairs, Honorable Akin Rotimi, in a statement made available to parliamentary correspondents, extended the House empathy to citizens currently facing distress and uncertainty due to their involvement in this scam. CBEX scam, reps call for urgent crackdown on perpetrators of fraud.
Yes, we appreciate House of Reps' concern over what has happened, and the EFCC and other financial agencies have said that they will work to ensure that those people that were affected will receive their money. But let us talk to ourselves too. Let us warn ourselves. Don't let us be victims every time. There was a time that all these schemes came on board. There was MMM, there was Pennywise, there was all other ones that came on board. People will just go put their monies first 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. People will collecting money. At the end of the day, they just say that they disappeared. Yes, they disappeared. And then you see, people don't. We are so gullible. I say gullible. Yes, and it is not because of. I believe it is not because we are poor. How can? Yes, we can be poor, but House of Assembly, National Assembly, the House of Representatives, to be precise, is commiserating with all those. We will say they will say they are poor, and they are putting $1,700 inside a scheme. Where did they get that $1,700? Yes, where did they get the money? It is greediness to me. The greediness. They are just greedy. I'm not saying anybody cannot do any scheme or anything, but it should be just be prudent about it. Just watch. Just watch. Be watchful and see how this thing goes. I'll put $1,700 or maybe $1,000 in one scheme, and the next 2 weeks I'll collect 150,000 naira. One should be proactive about this. That is what I believe about this scheme. It is not about commiserating with people alone, commiserating with all those that was affected, but let we ourselves warn ourselves about all these schemes. I'm sure if another scheme comes up in the next 3 hours now, people will still jump at it. They will jump at it. Yes, we'll take a short break and we'll be back.
Mom's love is pure. It flows, no, she does. Mom's special jollof puts a smile on your face. Mom's yummy fries cheers you up. Mom's tasty stew nourishes the family. Golden Terra oil, tasty. Golden Terra oil, nourishing. Golden Terra oil, Golden Terra soya oil.
Golden Terra oil helps mom pour her love in the tasty, nourishing meals she cooks for her family. Golden Terra oil, pour pure love.
Conversation.
Well, the program is still conversation, and we are talking about the Ponzi scheme and the latest one, CBES, yes, that occurred and people lost their money. And I was saying that people too should be wary, they should watch out, they should look before they leap. And even if they want to leap, they should just stay on top of the fence first before they get down.
What do you mean by on top of the fence? As a matter of fact, the law enforcement agents also should also do their own factor. Why am I saying so? Because the law enforcement agents should continuously feed the people about this illegal whatever. Because if they don't feed the people, if they continuously feed the people, so that they will now say that, well, it's now up to you to continue or to stop patronizing them. Because if the law enforcement agents have done their best in this regard, I mean, I think they just left this, because they cannot lay claim to the fact that they did not know that CBES has been existing, and they didn't do anything
about it, and it was not registered.
SEC saying that CBES not registered yes. by us. I mean, they are not doing their oversight function very well. They are not. All of them, they are not doing their oversight function, and they left the, I mean, vulnerable Nigerians, I mean, to go into this trap. And the people were just trapped, and they were not warned. They will say they warned them, but the warning was not enough as far as I am concerned.
Yes, before we take one, I think 2, 3, 4 calls, this one comes. Yes, the federal government has reacted in a positive way. The generating companies, they had shouted out last week that the federal government was owing them 4 trillion naira, which is affecting power generation. Yes, now, in a bid to prevent the shutting down of power production plants across the country, the federal government is to pay off at least 2 trillion naira of the 4 trillion naira owed power generation companies. The generation firms, which are mostly privately owned, had threatened to shut down until the huge debts were settled. But the Minister of Power, Chief Adebayo Adelabu, who spoke at the 6th edition of the 2025 Ministerial Press Briefing series held at the National Press Center, Abuja, yesterday assured that at least 2 trillion naira of the outstanding debt will be paid before the end of the year. Well, let's hope this comes through. At least the federal government have tried. They might not have tried in the face of some people. 2 trillion naira out of 4 trillion naira to the GENCOs, that is the generating companies. And well, I think something positive will come out of it. And they are saying they are targeting 8,000 megawatts of power generation by 2027?
Well, what is most important to to members of the public is to have electricity supply. That's the most important thing. I mean, that the federal government is releasing one money or the other. What does it transform into? That is what the people want to know. What it transforms into. It is not today that they have been releasing money. Money have been going, I mean, into this sector. But what does it transform into? That's what the people want to know.
I think the 4 trillion naira owed the federal government is why the generating companies could not generate electricity for the pump. Now,
so let us not see whether they will not generate.
Half of it has now been, cleared. That to be cleared. That is what they said. Well, we hope it will now translate to what you have said.
So we are waiting.
People must see and must enjoy power supply.
Yeah, we are waiting to see what will happen.
Yes, some calls before we go ahead later with headlines. 08055009850. Hello, good morning. Good morning. Yes, welcome, Mr. Ojo Michael.
God bless you. Very good.
Amen.
Yes, on the issue of physical in this country, we have been talking about it from time memorial. When are we going to have security of property in this country? Let that be. Let the government over there. Let those that are concerned, the relevant authority, do the needful to secure life and property of Nigerians. God bless you, my brothers. Enjoy your day.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ojo Michael. Yes, the program is still conversation, and another call here. Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you in Jesus' name.
Good morning.
Adodado is calling from Okeo.
Yes, you're welcome.
The issue of insecurity in this country is more than the president traveling out or not traveling out. When the president is away, attacks, vandalism and killing are carried out. When the president is right inside the country, attacks, vandalism and killings are carried out. It is not becoming a new normal and part of us in this country. The issue of talking about the president traveling out or not traveling is more than that. It's greater than around these people that are criticizing the president. They know this. They know this. They know this. Something solid, something serious must be done by the government and the highly placed people like the politicians, the Sultan himself, the emirs, the obas, the obis, the retired and serving army generals, and the religious leaders, and the people there. Something serious must be done. It is a shame on all the leaders, whether past or present, religious leaders, political leaders, any leader at all, that the country is like this in their own time. They are writing a bad history concerning themselves. Oh God, save Nigeria. Thank you, Adidadu from Okeo. God bless you.
Thank you very much. Yes, still waiting for more calls. Hello. Good morning. Good morning. Hello? Please call us back. 0055009850 and 07055551985. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, good morning.
This is Akambia. Advice from you.
Yes, you're welcome. Yes.
Thank you for joining.
Thank you very much.
The president to only condemn the and the killing continues. They need to do something very, very, very tangible in this country. That needs to stop all this killing. if we are saying we are not affected here in South,
can you turn down the volume of the radio, sir?
I said to you, it will come to us whether we like it or not. And those people who are being killed are our people now. They are Nigerians. They are not animals. Even if animals are being killed like that, we have to raise high pro. There is no security in this country. Our country is insecure. We are not fortified. If the external attacks will come now, we will be helpless. Look at this, the bandits, the kidnappers. They are having their field days. But check. What we can do is to condemn. And then I tell you, is this how things will go continue to be? God will help us in this country, like Babadi said. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you very much. Yes, God will help us in this country. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello,
good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. This is communication from Eleven.
Okay, yes, you're welcome.
In terms of security in this country, to me, my own opinion is until the federal government holds the traditional rulers and the governors, until they hold them responsible in the north, the insecurity may not end in time. That is it. Then the method that Buhari used in his own time, in which he ruled this country with two different phases, treated the northern like the owners of the land, then treating the southerners as if they just only cough like this. They will say that cough and disturb everybody in the whole country, and they will be running after him up and down. Look at how Buhari run after Sunday Igboho. Assuming we run after the hackers, Fulani hackers like that, but now that nonsense will have stopped. So I advise the federal government to be holding the traditional rulers in the north and the governors responsible for the insecurity. Then everything will be tackled. Then the issue of Genco. My question is the federal government owed the Genco the 4 trillion naira since 1950 that the Nigerians gained freedom. That's why they are not able to provide electricity for us since then. That is outright nonsense.
Well, thank you very much. He has asked a question there. We'll come back again after this break.
The future belongs to the dreamers, the doers, to those who are not afraid to explore endless opportunities. No matter what your dreams are, you can achieve it. And Top Tea will be with you every step of the way. Start your day with a flavorful cup of Top Tea. You are made for more. Find your inspiration. Top Tea, big round bags of flavor.
Let's take this one more call before we go out with some other headlines. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
I'm Alex Nwere.
Yes, Mr. Nwere.
You are me, it's Mark, again. Special people. Have in the other region, not in your wife, as they own Nigeria. That is the case. On the electricity, that's what about. Yeah, you were 2 months, 1 month. You will not feel like you. So what I talk about like? I'm surprised. No one will talk about that. I tell you, you go and sit down. Nothing happening. Thank you much.
Thank you very much.
Nigeria should start producing manufacturing so that they'll be able to export it instead of exporting the raw materials. We should get to that stage, and that's why China is able to stand the threat of United States of America. Even right now, the United States of America is threatening it, but China is saying that
fighting back.
He's saying yes, we have developed our manufacturing sector, so you can't threaten us. Even if you don't want our goods, we'll take it elsewhere. And we are producing, and our production capacity is very large. Almost larger than that of the United States of America. And that's where a country can boast and can stand on its own. If a country cannot manufacture some of the items it's using, it cannot boast of itself and
a strong economy.
Exactly, it cannot boast of a strong economy. And so it is high time government should begin to encourage manufacturing, and one of such ways is by developing the electricity sector, the energy sector. If this one is addressed, at least it will go a very long way in helping the country.
Yes.
And also the what was the name of this company? Ajaokuta
Steel. Ajaokuta Steel Rolling Mill, then Oshogbo.
So those ones, if they are well developed, they will provide things that people, our local manufacturers will use even to produce their own goods.
Yes, and we used to have accident there at even Yano Church here in Ibadan. Yes, long time. We used to have West Africa batteries.
Exactly.
Now, that is talking about what Dr. Adeshino said, talking about Nigeria not just exporting raw materials, which is affecting our own economy here.
Well, before we leave the issue of Dr. Akiwumi Adeshino, there's a lighter one on a lighter note. The African Development Bank AFDB President, Dr. Akiwumi Adeshino, he went to visit our former President Buhari in his own town, and there is a picture on the front page of the Nigerian Tribune. You see Dr. Akiwumi Adeshino, prostrating to former President Buhari in a visit, a thank you visit to the former president in his residence in Kaduna. You recall that former President Buhari supported Adeshino's nomination by President Goodluck Jonathan for election as president of the AFDB. If you recall, when Dr. Adewumi went to meet the president said, well, I'll support you, but I know that you are PDP.
Yes.
I know that you are PDP. And he stood by him, and he said that, yes, going by your credentials, you are one of the best Nigeria can ever produce. And it's good to show gratitude to those that brings you up. And this man has gone to show gratitude.
After how many years?
After many years. That's a lesson for the upcoming. You should learn to show gratitude to those who have helped you to rise, so that when you to do it for others, others too will show you gratitude. In other words, the gratitude that you have shown, is a demonstration of the fact that there are still so many good things coming the way of Dr. Adewumi Adeshino.
Yes, this one will sound funny, and if it comes to pass, we may have problem with talking about the telecommunication sector now. WhatsApp, to cut off millions of Nigerians using old phones. Old phones. Yes. Bumi, how old is your phone? Well, you don't know. 6 months. Okay. Well, millions of old telephone users in Nigeria and of course across the world may soon find themselves cut off from the WhatsApp platform. And this is because the parent company of WhatsApp, Meta, has announced that from May 5, 2025, not too long, yes, the app will stop functioning on several outdated devices that will no longer meet the app's latest security and performance standards. And this move impacts both personal users and small businesses relying on WhatsApp businesses. According to Meta, the update is part of its commitment to data security, app stability, and the evolving needs of modern operating systems. This is wow.
Well, the world is going on. It's not the end of the world. At least we are still, the world is still moving. Even if it is done, I mean, life goes on.
Yes.
People will still buy new phones, and those who cannot afford it will wait a while. I mean, until they get some money to buy new phones.
Yes.
So there's no big deal there. I mean, it's part of the things that is changing.
Yes,
I mean,
but
globally.
But it will affect, it will affect some, people using the phones for some business.
No, so definitely that's for the meantime, and just like they have already sent information out much earlier.
Now.
So it behoves on every individual to go and check whether his or her own device conform with the latest.
Yes. Well, they gave a list of some phones here. Some models, but my phone is not.
I hope your own is.
My
not
phone is not included. The model of my phone is not included. We'll take a short break again. We'll be back.
Jollof, àtàdìdì, kódà àsáró tàbí spaghetti. Ṣé oúnjẹ tó ta wọ́n yọ pẹ̀lú Pepper Terra.
Pepper Terra.
Life is always full of wahala, but there is music, passion, feelings, and good vibes. Take a ride with InDrive app to get there on your own terms. You decide what your life will be full of and choose a fair price for this ride. InDrive, the InDrive online passenger transportation aggregator, is not a taxi service. Find more information at www.indrive.com.
Special secret that awakens taste buds. Mouth-watering wonder with awesome aroma. Terra seasoning cubes.
Terra Seasoning Cube turns your meals into a masterpiece.
Unwrap joy, unleash taste. Hey, come cook with Terra cubes. Come cook with Terra.
Conversation.
That's the program is still Conversation on Oluyole FM 98.5 in the city of Ibadan. Yes, we are about to round up. This is 7:27. We have one headline before we take one or two calls.
Let's take some calls.
Hello, good morning. Good morning.
I'm Adimola from Ibadan.
Yes, you're welcome.
Thank you very much. Yeah. So these are Tinubu foreign trip. At times, presidents from other countries, they travel and they visit. So
Nigerian sent a delegation, and Tinubu traveled to discuss security and economy reforms. So on the trip also we support it. And on the Akoti Natajan, it is said that they damaged windows and others. So it had happened in the past. It had happened in other states. And Akoti and others have rivals. So we called for Akoti's family house to be free of violence, which has hit the people, and people should maintain calm and peace. And on this cyber crime, some people are involved in cyber crime, and the action lacks sincerity. So we want to ask the security agencies to handle the cyber crime issue seriously. This is because a large number of people have lost their money. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yes, 0055009850. Quickly. Hello, good morning.
Hello. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm very listening from Ogware.
Yes, you're welcome. Quickly.